Hey everybody, welcome back to Ravenhawk Coins, and today we are going to do another search for that 1974 double-dyed Obverse Kennedy half. In front of me I have $58.50 right there under the scope, trying to find this infamous coin. And it'd be really cool if we find some, because if we do, we're going to give those away in the very near future. So what we're trying to look for is right here under in trust, right here, this R, this U, and this S should have a pronounced doubling. And as well on the 4, you should see a little bit of an extra serif right behind this serif, and of course a little bit extra out here. Now, those of you that don't know a lot about doubling and whatnot, as far as what machine doubling is versus regular, actual doubling, is they look two different ways. And I'm going to grab a little piece of paper here and show you guys a quick little illustration of what I'm trying to tell you, what you want to look for. So give me just a second. And so with what they call machine doubling, which is the one that isn't worth as much, you're going to see this effect that looks more like a skateboard ramp has ramped up next to each other. It might look kind of, you'll see a double effect to it, but still it's going to look like a ramp. For real doubling, it's going to be literally like ledges like this. You'll have ledges, and they'll overlap one another, and they'll be really sharp and distinct versus having that ramped out scoop effect. So that's one of the things that you want to know about looking for the different type of doubling and airs, because there are different ones that exist. But let's get into this. Hopefully we find something good. But our first one, as you can see, we don't have a double there. But we're going to go into this bad boy and hopefully get something good. I don't see anything on that one. And this is a lot of half dollars to go through, but at the same time, it's, like I said before, it'd be really, really cool to find one. Some people have a really good luck in finding these. I know that Rob Finds Treasures found quite a few, and he checks every single one. This amount of 1974s was over the course of a couple streams, and I basically piled these to the side. I didn't realize I had managed to stack so many, and like I said, it ended up being $58.50, and so that's literally almost 6 entire rolls of Kennedy halves. And this just has a lot of post-mint damage. Some of these have had rougher lives, and here's the thing: if we find one of these that's in rougher shape, it still has a value. Of course, it's not going to have the kind of value that a mint-shaped coin would have. It's just like anything else you collect in the coins. That the condition makes a lot of difference in the value. All right, so far nothing in here, and I'm really, really hoping, but honestly, it's hard to say what the population of the air coin is that would be out there, and so finding them, I would feel very fortunate to find a couple, and I definitely, like I said before, would be passing it on to you guys. And so far, nothing in the first 850 that I can see, but we still got a little bit more in the first stack. You never know what's going to happen. And that's one of the things. When you're searching coins, you definitely need to look at every single one, because you never know if you're going to find something new that didn't exist before, and, or end up passing up silver. To give you an example, more than a couple times in live streams, I've been searching through stuff, and you'll hold up the halves and you'll show the edges like this, and you won't see anything that looks silver to you, and you go, and you hear that distinctive clink, and next thing you know it, you almost threw away a 40%er. And it's even happened, I've even seen 90%ers that way, where the edges are really, really dirty, so you really can't tell that it's a silver coin. I've had ones that are just black, look like they were buried under the ground. And, I mean, sometimes you expect something from something like that, but you can never take it for granted. So, it's just always really cool to see what you find in doing hunts, and you can't give up. That's one of the key things to doing searching is you have to stay persistent. It's all in the numbers. Honestly, wow, that's a rough one to pull aside. But still keeping my fingers crossed, hoping we find something. But like I said, it's all in the numbers, and if you don't give up, you'll eventually find really good stuff. And some people have found really nice, legit coins in circulation that were thought not to have existed before. And, you know, I know some people might look at one or two of these and go, hey, that looks like doubling. And nah, it's just post mint damage. And I'm really, really concentrating, like I said before, in that area right there, the RUS and the 4 on 74. And so far, we are almost through a roll, almost 2 full rolls, basically, because 850 is only short a couple coins. And as you can see, these are all 74s. No, that R looks like it'd be kind of a little tiny bit, but the rest of it, yeah, I don't really see it. It looks a little bit thicker, but then again, you don't see anything definitive enough. That could just be, again, from being circulated and creating more. You're looking for, like I said, telltale signs are going to be that point on that 4 should have another little exact point just on the inside of it. That is when you really know you have a very strong example of the error that we're looking for in question. So, let's see here. Sorry for the squeakiness on the desk. And it seems like every time I grab a new coin, it's making noise. So let's see if I can fix that. Alright, guys. So some of these 74s, I've come across a lot of these in boxes, and sometimes you'd be amazed. You get some really, really nice examples, and it would make one think that they actually came out of a mint set versus being true circulated coins. And, unless it has that air, unfortunately the 74s were very, very highly minted, and so it's not a coin that draws a lot of attention other than the air. So let's see here. You got another 74, and I'm really hoping that we get something good out of this, guys, because this is a lot of halves, almost $60 worth. But it also goes to tell you, or I should say go to show you, that the airs, they're not as common as some people would think. And I think it's cool when people find them. I really do. Like I said before, I know that Rob's found some before. I've heard that Mickey Rob's Banks has found a few. And, I think that's awesome. I'm just hoping we finally get some, because I really want to give you guys a 74 D with the double die air. Alright, so far, nothing quite close. I've seen some mint marks that look interesting here and there, pretty much just kind of filled in. A lot of that's, again, going to be a post-mint damage thing from people rubbing the coins against other coins and causing issues that way. But, man, I'm really, really hoping, I mean, honestly, want to see this air to show up. Now, looking at this, you might think, oh, Raven, that's really fat, that's really big, that's double die. No, because I'm telling you, you would see that extra little point there. This to me more looks like it's been mashed down over time because you can see the 7 doesn't really have that kind of damage to it. And the rest of the coin is pretty crisp and sharp in that area, so nothing there. Another. But like I said, this is part of doing this, guys. You really have to stay persistent in what you're looking for and pay attention to detail. Make sure that you catch things, and sometimes here's the thing, these scope cams also sometimes will throw shadows, so you want to make sure your stuff is calibrated right and that the focus is in a way that doesn't affect that, because I think sometimes you'll see things that you want to see versus actually that are there. Alright, so let's see. Yep, again, just looks like post-mint damage. And we're almost through 3 full rolls, basically. Like I said, we're only $1.50 short of $60. 58.50 of 1974s. Now this thing's had a rough life. Wow, look at that. It goes to show you, all I did when we were doing the searches is if I saw a 74D, I tossed it to the side. I didn't look at anything else as far as detail or anything like that. So let's see here. Alright, nothing so far, guys. We got 3 more rolls to get through. What can we find? And again, that one's had a rough life. And so this really pretty much should go to show you, like I said before, staying persevering and looking and hoping to find what you're looking for. It really makes a difference, I think, if you have that positive attitude that you're eventually going to find the item. You know, it happens. People have found a lot of stuff searching for coins that other people doubted existed, other experts and coin collectors, and sure enough, over time, examples have shown up, and it's really kind of cool. I found some very cool coins in my time. I have a 75 ultra high D Jefferson nickel. That thing is so cool. It was a bounty coin. I actually used to have another one, and I can't seem to find it. But anyways, long story short, I found that coin. Oh wow, we have a coin that didn't belong in there. I found that coin looking through boxes of nickels, and I've found other coins that are worth money looking through boxes of nickels and pennies and half dollars. We've actually even found Morgans. Morgans. I don't know why I said Morgan. Barber, half dollar, 18.99. That's funny that I said Morgan. My mind's elsewhere right there for a second. But anyways, the things that we have found looking through rolls have been really surprising. Foreign coins such as Balboas. We just found one of those the other night from Panama. And lots of proofs. We found Benjis, of course, and Walking Liberties. So it literally goes to show that perseverance is one thing. Also, being in a good area. Some areas don't have much in the way of banks. If you have only one or two, couple, 3 banks in a small town, it makes it really hard. You're basically looking through the same stuff that only other small group of people have looked for. So if you get a chance, it's good to go and venture out of your area to get things that you're searching for, such as half dollars, dimes, and pennies and nickels. Most people will tell you nickels give you the best return on your investment, but Over time, honestly, it depends on what you find. You might be consistent with nickels for a long time, finding some good stuff, and then all of a sudden you stayed with the pennies and you found, that 69S double dyed, or maybe a 55 double die. You just never ever know what you're going to see, and persistence really pays off. Also, when you're making relationships with banks, um, it's good to talk to the tellers and tell them what you're looking for and whatnot, because there's a lot of tellers that kind of, you know, they're a little bit younger crowd that doesn't seem to care about silver, and some of them are savvy, and they just don't really care, but they see that you like it enough, and they'll set it aside. We've had really cool things happen with stuff like that. There's a time where um, some $20 bills were set aside, and we were called and got to look at that, and that was one of my best videos as far as searches for currency. And unbelievable the stuff that you can get if you have the right connections, and you're paying attention, or you know what you're looking at. You never know what's going to happen. You can be in the right situation. I was at a gas station once, and this person came in and wanted to pay for stuff, and the teller had never seen, or not teller, the cashier of the gas station had never seen silver dollars before, and so basically didn't want to take them, was worried about taking them, didn't think they were real. And I said, yeah, those are real. And the person that had them just said, I just want to get gas for my car. And actually, I paid for their gas. They gave me the dollars, and we went along our way. But I was really happy to be in that spot right then and there, and it was kind of strange. But sometimes people have a certain situation, they need money right then and there, and this person literally said they'd had them since they were kids, and they didn't really care. They didn't have any other money, and they were just wanting to get home, and that was it. And it wasn't a bunch of them, it was just like 4 or 5 of them, but it was pretty cool, and they were in kind of rough shape, but still silver dollars. All right, so we got one more roll to go through, guys, and I have not seen 74 double dyed Obverse. 1974 Denver. Come on, can we get something in the last roll? Because this has actually been a really fun search, and I hope you guys like the stories and whatnot of what I shared with you. And again, I will just say this one more time. I know it might be a little bit repetitive, but you have to stay persistent, and it is literally all about the numbers. You if you want to find a coin or a dollar or whatnot that's worth a lot of money in circulation, sometimes you have to put in a lot of work, because the reason they have that kind of value is they're far and few between. Sometimes you can get lucky and somebody will find a little cache of them. Maybe somebody turned in their grandpa's collection or something, just turned in the coins to the bank, because maybe they realized that it was just copper and not that they were air coins. Because sometimes people do know what silver is, but they don't realize why people have other coins that are modern date. They don't see a value in it. And there's a lot of people that aren't really big on modern date coins. It just really depends. All right, guys. So we are winding this down to the end of $58.50 worth. And all I have seen so far is mostly mint damaged, or not mint, post mint damaged coins. But hey, it doesn't mean that I will ever give up on doing this endeavor. I think I will start putting these aside again and possibly doing a number 3 of this kind of search, because you never ever know what you're going to find. And like I said before, you shouldn't give up. Guys, if you want to correspond It's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721-296, Norman, Oklahoma 73070. And like always, please take care of one another. Ravenhawk Coins. Have a great day!